Okay, what we're reviewing today is the Zhuosheng WM9/10 UHF wireless microphone system. And what this is a wireless lav solution for DSLRs, cell phones, computers, you name it. It's a wireless lav solution. And we're going to take a look at it and see what it comes with. It's nice and protected, a little piece of foam here. Put that off to the side. We have some documentation that's both in Chinese and English. That just gives you some general instructions on this little card here, and more detailed instructions for operating the microphones in this little pamphlet here. It is a dual pack, or a dual receiver, but a single pack. So it comes with one transmitter and one receiver. But again, it's a dual receiver, so you'll be able to buy into an extra pack in the future if you so choose, so that you can get two microphones going to the same receiver. But again, this is a single set, so it just has a one receiver to one transmitter setup. But this is the transmitter. It's your typical looking lav pack or transmitter pack, body pack. And it's made out of plastic. It's pretty lightweight. You have your antenna here. It does not come off, it looks like, so it's just permanently attached to it, a little floppy thing. You have your LCD display right here with 4 buttons going across the front that controls it. You have your menu button, your power button, and a volume up and down, which is also probably going to serve as your menu up and down as well. On the side, you have a USB, a micro USB input, which is more than likely going to be for like firmware updates and stuff. You have your lav input here, your 3.5 millimeter input. And on the side here, you have your compartment for 2 AA batteries. And your low cut option, so you can actually enable a low cut right off the microphone itself, so that way you're not using a board or anything like that. And it also means it's just not in the menu itself, it's just a hard button. The actual pack comes with your typical clip, which can be flipped around depending on how you want to wear it. And then you also have this thing. This is actually for the receiver. So the receiver is going to have the same thing. It's going to have a clip on the back. But if you choose to go to the camera tripod or another threaded input that's on your rig somehow, let's say you have a cage around your camera or something like that, you can screw this onto it and then use this to slide it into, and so forth. Here you got the receiver, which is a lot like the transmitter, but instead of certain features on the side here and up here, it's you have your 2 antenna inputs here, so this is where your antennas will go. You have 2 3.5 millimeters options here. You have your out, they're both out, but this one's out to the camera itself, and this one's for headphones, so you can monitor the audio live from the camera. On the side where you have your 2 AA, or your compartment for your 2 AAs, you also have your mix stereo option, which allows you to take it mixed or stereo. And what that means is just, if you are using both microphones, if you do buy an extra one, do you want them separated to left and right channel, or do you want to mix together as one mono channel? And that's it. That's the only difference with the receiver. And here we have some accessories. We have the antennas that go onto the receiver, and they just screw right into place. And once you get them all set up on your rig, you want to get the antennas rotated and pointed like this into the direction of the transmitter to get the best reception. You have your lavalier microphone, which is right here. So it's your typical looking lavalier with a clip, 3.5 millimeter, that plugs into the transmitter pack. It has a foam windscreen on it and comes with an extra foam screen as well. And on top of that, they give you a fur windscreen for outside conditions where it's actually quite windy and you might be picking up a lot of wind. This will help reduce that. You have a 3.5 to 3.5 here that goes from the receiver to your camera. So this is going to be for DSLR. You also have an option here which goes to a smartphone, which you would plug in and plug it into your normal cable, plug this into your smartphone. That just translates from the TRRS to the TRS connection here, in case your smartphone requires that in order for this to operate properly. And then you have the 3.5 millimeter to XLR, so if you're using a larger camera, like you can see in this camera here, or this picture here of this camera here, you're able to use the XLR input of one of those cameras with this receiver. And then finally, you have this kind of a cool add-on here. This is a USB external sound card for your laptop or computer, and it just gives you the option of an audio in and audio out. So that way you can take this to a computer directly without having to worry about if your current sound card supports it or not. This is going to give you your amplified input that you're looking for or require. And you have your volume up and volume down. You can mute the microphone or your sound, and then you have some LEDs for status here. So it's just a really, really cheap, simple, but if it gets the job done sound card. So that way you can easily, right out of the box, connect this to any computer and get going. So the only other thing that we need to figure out now is, what does it sound like? And let's take a look. So what you were listening to before was actually a Shure microphone. It was a wireless lav mic solution. And now you're looking, or not looking, but listening to the Zhuosheng microphone. So now you have a comparison between those two options right there. So you have your main, one of your top name brand Shure microphones compared to this lovely and well-priced Zhuosheng microphone. So this is the sound quality difference between the two of them. Now you know what it sounds like. Now you know what it might sound like in your rig, your setup. Let it be going to the camera, to your computer, or anything else. So again, this is the Zhuosheng Wireless Mic Solution, lavalier solution, the model number WM-9/10. If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, and or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.